What's up, guys? So, new day, wiring's all in, everything's connected. A few things to install before starting the bike. Now, over here we have, this is for the front cylinder, this is the old oxygen sensor. Now these oxygen sensors weren't doing the best, especially I think the one on the rear cylinder was just completely gone. It wouldn't heat up when you test it. And we're replacing these anyway. So what we have here is an oxygen sensor delete kit. It comes with two bungs. These go where the oxygen sensor sits, and it just seals up the holes. And then you have two dongles. These basically it just has I think it's a resistor in it. And what these do is they convince the computer that the oxygen sensors are still there. Now, if you're wondering why you take the oxygen sensor out, apparently, especially on these these V-twins, especially big bore V-twins like this, the oxygen sensor primarily works on the low end. So once you get past, I think, mid-throttle all the way to wide open, the bike is relying on the map sensor and other sensors to control how much fuel it injects. The oxygen sensor primarily works on the lower RPMs, especially because then they're mainly there to make sure the bike's emissions aren't that high so that they can pass the emissions tests. Yes, perhaps they help with fuel economy as well, but again, they switch off once you hit full throttle, mid to full throttle. So the problem with this is on these big bore bikes, when the oxygen sensor is in control, it's really uncomfortable to ride, especially on the low end. It feels very snatchy. You know, you're trying to cruise at low RPMs and the bike just does not want to, because every now and then the oxygen sensor will cut fueling to the bike, and so it kind of hesitates, and it's uncomfortable. So for the time I was testing this bike, what I realized is the only way you're going to actually ride this thing is if you're riding it like a hooligan, just open throttle, full out gunning it, which might be fun if you're on the highway. When you're in the street or in traffic, believe me, no bueno, not fun at all. So both oxygen sensors are coming out. This one's here. The back one is hanging down there. I have to take the entire kickstand off just to get the wiring out. So I'm going to install these bungs. I'm going to install them off camera and just show you. They basically, when you take these out, I'll show you actually. So that's one of the holes right there. Let's get the flash on there. That's one of the holes. So this one goes in there, and then there's one on the rear cylinder. And here's the connector. This is where the dongle goes. There's one on each side. This is for the front, the other is for the rear. Yeah, once that's installed, then we can fire this puppy up.